Hello.
We're live.
We're live. We're back due to popular demand. A lot of feedback.
Thank you. 33 views. I just looked at it on YouTube. 33 for
Hey.
both episodes. So,
Really?
yeah.
I've watched it 33 times, so that's why.
Yep. Thank you to the random viewers wherever you're watching and why ever you're watching. We're not sure how you've popped up on your algorithm, but
We do it for you. That's why we do
Yes.
it.
a common man or woman seeking answers and laughter.
And that's why Ben's going to chug this bottle of Kava. I want to see if Cody will take it.
No. So you did some research on the Kava, and it's not what it's advertised to be.
It's kind of like Kratom is what I was seeing. And
yeah, that's not good.
yeah, because Kratom I always heard was like, dude, it's like an opiate.
Yeah.
You could get addicted to it.
I remember we went to that vape store up the road,
Oh, yeah.
and we were asking for some Delta 9 or whatever.
Her dad was addicted.
She's like, yeah, don't get the Kratom. My dad has been addicted.
You see him at every smoke shop, gas station, Kratom.
I bought it one time, the powder,
You were doing it?
for like, I remember it just came in, it almost looks like your daily green powder. And I
You were
remember I
hooked.
took it a few times, but I think I stopped taking it. It was very short term.
What was the feeling that you would get?
Nothing.
Really?
Yeah. I thought I
Nothing.
was supposed to get high from it or like feel some type of buzz, but I remember I didn't get anything.
That's so weird. That's one of those ones where I'm afraid to try it. Just like this,
Yeah.
just looking it up immediately, it's like first thing I see on YouTube's the negatives of it. So I'm like, dude, I don't even. I'm like, fuck, I'm pretty good right now. I don't want to
Yeah.
fuck my life up. But it's supposed to be like a healthy thing, alcohol alternative, and I can't remember who I heard it from, but I was always trying to find one. I was trying to find like a beverage, like a
Mhm.
seltzer type deal, with it in there, and I think I'll just stick to my L-theanine. Have you ever had L-theanine?
Not just as like an isolated acid, because it's an amino acid, right?
I actually don't know. I have some.
Yeah, you're taking it and you don't even know what's in it.
All I know is it works on GABA.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'll sprinkle it in my coffee. And
Yeah.
dude, there's this one product I freaking loved it. I was their number one buyer. It was called shit, I forgot what it's called, but it was a gum and it had CBD. It had 25 milligrams CBD.
Okay.
It had 50 milligrams of caffeine, and then it had NAD plus in it.
Mm.
And yeah, I would chew on that gum. It was so good, and it would like give you like this. Oh, so good. And I can't find it anymore. They stopped making it.
They stopped making the gum.
Yeah. So I'm like, why would
Where'd
they?
you buy it at the first time?
So I heard it on Ben Greenfield's podcast. This guy Craig Conover.
I know who Ben Greenfield is.
Yeah, Ben Greenfield's a biohacker guy. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's my idol.
I
No,
think he was on Joe Rogan like a year ago, maybe.
yeah, he like shot up his dick with something. I forgot what it
Really?
was. Yeah, I don't know. He's just testing the limits, but he had this guy on and he was talking about NAD plus
Mm-hmm.
right over the head. Kind of don't really understand it, but I looked into it and I went on his website and he had a discount code, of course. So I bought.
10% off, $290 spending.
Yeah, dude, I'm a sucker. I walked into Sprouts today, dude. Go over to the vitamin section.
Yeah, it's
And all this-
expensive there.
It's expensive, but there's so much stuff. I'm just like, damn, like they could get me on that type of stuff. They're listening.
It's also like their product advertising. It's like nicer, it just looks better,
Yeah.
looks cleaner, looks more professional. So you're like, oh, this must work, or this must be high quality. But I did, when I got sick 2 or 3 years ago, I got that NAD plus IV drip.
I've heard of this.
Yeah, and that was quite the
The
sensation.
Kardashian IV drip.
Yeah,
what they call it.
it's like a lot of those hangover cures where people, it's like a vitamin B detox or whatever. But they had like an NAD plus one. It was a part of like their premium package because it's, I guess, expensive to get. I don't know. It's like $500, but I had a discount code similar because I was affiliated with that company.
500.
So I think I paid like $250. And a nurse came over to the house. It's a mobile nurse. came over to the house, brought up their bag full of IV stuff and saline.
What?
And, so I had to get the IV, and I remember we're sitting on. It's like a 2-hour process, so they typically like wait around and make sure everything's good. And then
Wait, so were you hungover?
no, I was sick. I was straight up sick.
Okay, so you're sick and you were doing this.
And I was looking for an edge because I think I had something coming up, and I just couldn't afford to get sick. And I was like, you know what? This is something I've been curious about. I might as well give it a try. And so the dude came over and gave me the IV and missed the vein. And all of a sudden, I started just like bleeding everywhere.
Squirting blood?
Yeah, literally squirting blood. Because they put the thing in and then I don't know the medical device.
Oh, that little like
it's
thing
like
where your blood fills up a little bit?
Yeah, exactly. And the blood started spewing out of that.
And
he had turned his back, and I was like, hey. He's like, oh, my God, and started repatching it. And so that already got me kind of nervous.
Jesus.
But then once he got it in, I just kind of laid on the couch for 2 hours, and you have like a drip control, so you can turn up the volume of the drip because it's just like a bag, on one of those hooks. So you can turn it up, and as soon as you turn it up, dude, it's like the worst cramping, like in your nuts.
What?
Yes, he said it's like a comparison to like a contraction
for a female.
Yeah, and
so
it's
it's
like
pretty
you're
bad.
sitting there, and you turn the volume, and you're like,
oh,
and
God,
it's like
dude.
it's almost like
sounds
you're on a
horrible.
roller coaster, and as you're dropping down, you get that feeling. It's like that plus like ab cramping. You're like, oh,
that doesn't sound good.
But yeah, that's why you keep it at a normal pace. But I don't think it worked. They said it's like a 2-week effect.
Yeah.
If anything, you get sick after, like you get the IV and they're like, you're going to feel like shit for 48 hours. But then after that, you'll be good. So I think it was kind of placebo.
Who owns this company? Bill Gates?
I don't think it exists anymore.
Oh, God.
It was like an
They killed
up-and-coming
someone.
thing. They had like medical doctors and everything.
No,
So
I
people
believe
in it.
It's a trendy thing. There's a place next to my office that's a IV place.
Yeah.
It's called Forever 29, I think.
Really?
Yeah, and it's you have like it's like a menu. You get different cocktails of IV. And
cocktails, that's what they use to like describe
cocktail,
it.
yeah.
It's like your vitamin B cocktail.
Well, that's what Rogan, that's what all the celebrities do after they, if they're sick, they just go get just super IV drip full of everything. And yeah, for that, like, because we took nutrition, remember? Me and Seth.
But that was propaganda.
That was the food pyramid.
Yeah. That was my freshman year, I think.
Yeah.
It was freshman spring.
See, this is the problem with indoctrination centers, like schools. You go into a class being excited for it, and you just get the propaganda fed to you like a pig in a trough.
Because I was interested in pursuing nutrition and took that class, and I was like, you're fucking lying. And I was like, I'm not getting a degree in something that I don't believe in.
Oh, and then the only thing I remember from that class is the vitamins. Like, there's certain vitamins that stay in your fat, and there's others that you pee out.
Yeah,
and,
fat soluble and water soluble.
And then I kind of went overboard with vitamin D for a little bit. I was taking 25,000 a day.
Yeah.
And then someone told me, like, hey, you're not supposed to take that much. You should take a break. Because apparently, I don't know if it, like, affects your bones in some way. I don't know if you know that, but
I think it may have something to do with, like, calcium production.
Yes, that's what it was. And it's weird because, like, that's the one that stays in your fat, right? Vitamin D.
Yeah, in a sense.
Because vitamin C, I'm pretty sure you pee out. Vitamin B, you definitely pee out. I want my pee to look like freaking orange juice when I'm peeing out. That's what, dude, it looks like it's
that can also,
dark.
you may be dehydrated too.
Yeah.
But you drink a lot of water.
Yeah, I do. And
you're getting good sodium and electrolytes, so I wouldn't be too concerned about that.
Now, we hit off the podcast with straight up health talk, which is my interest and yours. Obviously, your personal trainer, but should we tailor the podcast to the public? Talk about something.
You got some on your mind?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, this is interesting. This is what we start off talking about because it's what we're interested in.
Yeah.
And maybe me a couple years ago would be like, oh, let's turn the ship.
Yeah.
Let's talk about fucking whatever happened, Super Bowl, or I don't even know.
Super Bowl, current events, Drake and Kendrick.
Oh, yeah. We'll save that one. We have a guest coming in today. And he's gonna have an opinion on that. He's gonna have a lot of opinions, so just be ready. He's a good friend. We gotta keep him under wraps. We'll slip some kava in his drink.
Yeah.
No, but dude, I had the craziest interaction. It wasn't even an interaction, but I was driving home today, and honestly, like everything that's going on with Trump and Elon, and I'm driving in my Tesla, and I just feel like Elon, he's getting people pissed off, dude.
Yeah.
And I feel like they literally, so I'm driving on Green Oaks right here, or whatever street, and then I hit the stoplight. I felt this lady was trying to there was a car, and then I was here, and then she was here. And so she was trying to get in front of me.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to pull up. So I don't want that to happen. So we get to the stoplight, and I'm sitting there, and I look over, and it's this old, wrinkly lady. Her husband's next to him, and she's sticking her tongue out at me.
What?
I was like...
And you're turned around watching this? Or
I just looked at my driver's side window and saw that. I was like, people are pissed.
And so what happened? The light turned green?
Yeah, I turned right.
Ah, you bitch.
Drifted out.
I thought you had a window tint.
No, I do. So I could see her. She
probably couldn't see you.
No, she couldn't see me.
Yeah, so she was just making a clown face to herself.
Yeah, she definitely did. She saw herself.
Yeah, it's always awkward being the passenger with someone who's road raging.
Oh.
Because you don't have any control over it. And you're either trying to de-escalate and be all right, we're good.
Yeah. Grip the seat.
Yeah, he reaches for the glove box and you're oh, hold on there.
We're in the car with a female, just bracing for impact.
Yeah, girls struggle to drive sometimes. But I did, not to go back to the gym talk.
No, we should.
I did hit some good PRs today.
Really?
Grabbed the 120s for the dumbbell incline. And just turned on Numa. Because it's always and this would be good if we had a poll of everyone's PR song. If you need one song, if you could only keep one song in your entire life to just rage to, what do you think yours would be?
Damn, that's a good question. See, Numa's my pre-workout song.
Yeah, and this is Numa by Tool. If any of y'all listen to Tool, some rock fans out there, alternative rock.
Yes, podcast song.
Yes.
It's our song here. But, yeah, that's my pre-workout song when I'm getting stretched out and everything. It's just kind of a long song.
Mm-hmm. I think it's 9 minutes or something.
Yeah, if I had to go for one, I like Savage Time by Big Sean, Metro Boomin.
Big Sean? He's probably in those Diddy files.
Hopefully not, dude. Or if some little Uzi here and there, just get some loud.
Lil Uzi?
Yeah.
Uzi Vert?
But that's
so
not
you're listening to the Devil Worshiper music.
You were the one who told me how if you say his name,
Lucifer. Yeah, if you say Lil Uzi Vert's name fast, it's Lucifer, which is the devil.
Yeah.
Which if you say it fast, that's exactly what it sounds like.
Is that a coincidence? I don't think so.
Well, dude, he got a diamond implanted, or a pearl implanted in his forehead, and then they had to remove it because it was I think it was moving, or his skin was starting to grow around it.
Oh, jeez.
And it was protruding back into his brain. I'm pretty sure that's true.
That's disgusting.
You have to fact check me on
I
that.
did see on all of his albums he changed the artwork. And,
oh, really?
Yeah, he put I feel like it's some black magic shit, but he put a sigil over it. It's kind of, you can't really see it, but you can see the outline of it, and it's what is that?
Yeah, the symbolism and
Yeah.
Hollywood music. I mean, Trippie Redd is kind of the same, where it's
Dude.
kind of just look at that guy and you're there's something going on there.
Yeah, he's got some. Well, the thing that my woman crush Candace Owens said, and she's talking about Tupac being an industry plant. Because there was this video of Tupac when he was like probably 16 or something, and he's like moving his hands around like this, and he's being feminine.
He was in like the theater.
Yeah. And so fast forward, he's a gangster rapper and all this stuff. And what she was saying is that he was an industry plant, that they're trying to like push people forward for, I guess she was saying gangster rap agenda to corrupt the minds of the youth.
Yeah. I mean, it's certainly a possible, it's so hard to like.
I mean, it's got to be true, dude.
You think?
I'm so like, if there's a conspiracy, I'm kind of 60-40 leaning towards the conspiracy now. I just feel like after COVID happened, I'm like, dude, if money's involved, man,
anyone is
fucked.
Yeah, anyone's up for sale when it comes to making a decision.
Yeah, and even like some of Lil Uzi's songs, and so I don't even listen to Lil Uzi. Like, I can't remember the last time I did. If you're saying like a PR song, like if I'm squatting, I don't know what I'd play. It's just like, I don't know. I can't pick one. But what I'm saying though is like Lil Uzi's got some, just the lyrics. You hear the lyrics and you're just like, dude, this is devil music.
Yeah.
Get a Bible.
Yeah. You want to share some of his lyrics off the top of your head? I can't even really think of any of his.
No, he says, "I sold my soul for chrome hearts and what did he say? Yeah, it's like,
or even like Juice WRLD, kind of similar. Or
shout
XXX.
out Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny loves. You know how you can go on Spotify and see like who other people are listening to currently? Like
really?
If you have friends on Spotify, you can see what they're listening to or what their most recent listen was. And Johnny had some Juice WRLD on yesterday.
We should check in with him.
Yeah, we should. We need to go to Florida.
Yeah.
Go visit DeSantis.
There's a PBD.
Yeah.
No, but like, yeah, Juice WRLD, Mac Miller. Who's the other artist that have suicided?
X was killed.
He was killed, yeah. I didn't really know a lot about that one.
Well, he got murdered in his BMW just on the street.
Damn.
Yeah.
The podcast I was watching said it was a conspiracy that Drake set up the hit.
Yeah. And people are alluding to that with the Kendrick music video or Super Bowl halftime.
Yeah.
With that video was pretty interesting.
Yes,
with the keyboard, like the game board.
Yeah, and it was like kind of when they were rapping about it, it was like on the X part. So like, okay, so this is one of the topics I wanted to talk about, and I'm sure Cody has an opinion on that. But it's like on social media, a guy can make a video, a conspiracy video, and he could play some music in the background, and it sounds so convincing. And I feel like it's so, whether or not you believe it or not, it's like somehow that's kind of like imprinting itself in your DNA. Yeah. In your brain. Once you see it over and over again, and then I'm stuck in the conspiracy loop on Instagram.
Yeah.
And it's same on X too. It's always a conspiracy. It's like we're freaking monkeys. And this is like hijacking our brains, dude.
Yeah. It's everywhere.
Everybody down.
That's why it's like, I watched a movie the other day, and it was like set in the 80s, I think. And I think like every time like you watch something like that, and you just kind of like long for the past a little bit of,
yeah,
just like when things were just so much simpler and all these things that we now like have in our current lives.
100%.
Like, damn, like, yeah, we grew up in the wrong time, or we grew up in the right time.
Yeah, like Apocalypto. Should we go back in that time?
Yeah, well, did we talk about that before we watched? Was that on episode 2?
That was after episode 2. Cody came over and we watched Apocalypto.
So that's right. Yeah, that was last Saturday night.
We'll talk about that, but I watched a movie, I Love You, Man. Have you seen that one?
Great movie.
Dude.
Paul Rudd.
So good.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, I watched it the other night, and I was just scrolling, trying to find something, and I saw it. I was like,
yeah.
I like the other guy. I don't know his name.
Jason Segel. Jason
Yeah.
Segel. He's from like How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, I never watched that.
And he's also in I Love You, Sarah Marshall or something.
Oh, yeah.
Or Forgetting
Or-
Sarah Marshall.
Yeah, he's like the big funny guy. He reminds me of what's his name? The guy in Wedding Crashers.
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, he reminds me of
Really?
him. Yeah, same kind of like chill. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm gonna say my shit.
Yeah.
No, that movie's good.
It's a
and,
good movie.
and it shocked me too, because it's like the first time I saw. They pulled out his phone, and it was like the first iPhone, and it was like you could hold it in 2 fingers.
Yeah.
It was that small. And I was just like, and that hit me. I was like, man, I wish.
Well, yeah, they were calling
Go
each other
back.
on like their voice messaging machines and stuff. It's like, hey, like you want to hang out? Be down
Yeah,
at the beach.
that's how we grew up.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember having the phone, the house phone.
You'd leave a message.
Yeah, you'd get home.
Home phone.
You have 9 messages.
Beep.
Beep. Miss Robinson, Jack exposed himself at school.
Beep.
But yeah, that movie, it's kind of weird. And sometimes when I watch movies, I don't want to like create a theme out of nothing. But that's like a great movie. Even though it's like comedy and you got like these funny Hollywood actors, it's like a good bro movie of like the importance of having like just a bro to go through some life with and like have fun. Because Paul Rudd's character was a cuck. Like he was. They were talking. You remember he showed back up to the house and his wife was like shit talking him to his friends about, oh, he's this.
Well,
He's
it
like
wasn't his
bringing up
wife. It was his wife's
fiancé.
friend. His wife's friend was like he doesn't have any friends. He's always hanging around.
Yeah,
Or
and
it
he
might have been
comes
her.
out. It was his wife, and then he comes out with like a tray of those like cinnamon covered sticks. Just like he's being like a house.
Milkshake
Yeah,
deal.
and a house husband, I guess. And then he finally gets a friend, and then the wife gets butthurt.
Yeah.
And it's like, you snake. Men can't be happy.
But it wraps back around because he went overboard with him, the friend, in a way. He was spending so much time with them.
Well, because the other friend didn't have anyone. He was just kind of.
Exactly. Yeah. It was kind of like everyone had their own lives, and they were and you forget about your bros.
Yeah, it's
kinda
like how you
sad.
can't just go play Madden all day with the boys.
Yeah, got a big boy job,
Yeah,
big
you
boy relationships. Oh, but then they're at the altar, right, at the
Mhm.
end, and before that, she's calling the best friend that Paul Rudd was like, hey, don't come to the wedding. Like, I think we should stop spending time together.
Mhm.
And then she calls him up on the wedding day, and he's in a suit on his moped already driving the wedding.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think whatever his name is, Paul would like you to be here. Like, you should
He's like,
come.
oh, really? I'll see if I can make it.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. That was a good movie, man. And then he projectile vomits on his poker buddy. There's just so many one-liners in there. There's I think it's Totes My Goats came from that.
Totes my goats.
There's so many one-liners. I was like, is that what all this is from? This is the first time I've seen this movie. I'm
Really?
trying to think of what else there was.
The other one was slap at the bass.
And then his buddy's slapping the bass, and he like goes like this to his fingers, and Paul Rudd goes. And his
Yeah.
girlfriend's right here, fiance.
Yeah,
And
I
he's
can't
just back
remember.
turned.
What was the band they were going to see?
Rush.
Rush. Yeah,
Yeah.
Rush. Slap at the bass.
Slapping the bass.
Slap at the bass, man. Yeah.
And she's like, please stop.
Yeah, that is a good movie.
Yeah.
Have you seen 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Yeah.
What about
That one's good.
what's the one with Ryan Gosling? Shit.
The one with
The
Steve
date
Carell?
yeah, the dating
Oh,
one.
yeah. I was going to watch that one the other night.
What's that called?
Crazy Stupid Love.
Great. That's one of my
Yeah.
favorites too.
That's
man.
a good date movie.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan Gosling's. Is that my phone? Alert, alert. Oh,
The
Cal's
nuke
calling
is
me.
incoming. Oh, answer it.
What's up, Cal? We're just, me and Jack are sitting here. You're live on the pod.
Live on the pod. Be careful. We're going to get canceled.
Happy birthday, by the way. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, brother.
Appreciate it. I was just gonna. Are y'all don't work tonight, right? Y'all are gonna be at the house.
Jack's gonna be here. I've got something to do. I'll be on the date.
What are you?
Are you coming up?
Yeah, I might.
Well, yeah, I think Jack should be here.
All right. Well, okay. I was just calling to see that. So.
Ready for
All right.
paintball?
Yeah, paintball tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I haven't even looked at the weather.
It's probably going to be cold.
Yeah. What? Here, we'll holler at you whenever we're finished, and then. But yeah, definitely come back tonight if you got the time.
All right. I'll see y'all later.
All right. Peace.
All right. Bye.
Lots happening on this podcast.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Can't remember where we were at.
Movies, how it's
Oh
just like,
yeah, the Ryan Gosling movie.
oh yeah, that one's good. That one, yeah. that one's
The
good.
Nice Guys is another good one with Russell Crowe. Where they're like the.
No, yeah.
I think they're like private investigators.
Yeah. I need to rewatch that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So have you heard any more scoop on the Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds? Because I've been watching some clips and it's making more sense about what you mentioned a few weeks back.
Yeah, I went back and watched that, and something I got to get better at is explaining things a little bit easier. Because the way I explained it didn't make sense. But essentially, what I learned was that. Do you know the guy's name? Justin something. The male actor in
Yeah, Baldoni.
Justin Baldoni. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good actor. All that.
He's also the director too, right? On some of these movies.
I think he might be, but he's also the owner of the rights to the movie
Yeah.
or the story, which is the book. And
It ends with us.
It ends with us.
Yeah.
And he, in the movie, he plays like this doctor, really like,
He's good looking.
yeah, and he treats women like it's like a grand conspiracy. This is why this is happening. But yeah, Blake Lively accused him of being inappropriate on set. Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively's husband, got involved, came up to the set, right, and said some shit. And there's so many Easter eggs too, because like they put out oh dude, did you hear about I'm freaking going all over the place, but they fired the composer for the movie
Okay.
because that composer worked for Taylor Swift.
Now you're putting it together because that's what I've been
Okay.
hearing.
Yeah, can you explain it a little bit better?
Well, so we'll have to like kind of cover this as the weeks go on and officially get like a story down. But what I was watching today, apparently there was this, I think this was back in 2023. There was this publication company that was created like 4 months earlier. I think this is like right around October. And they tweeted out like breaking news, exclusive report, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce like may be dating. So this is like how far back I was going to look at this.
Wow, deep dive.
And so this company put out this report, and then, you click on the account, it got deleted. You go back. It was called The Messenger. And if you clicked on the link to the story, it said like the info@messenger.com. And so the dude is kind of like following this rabbit hole here. And he's just like, I wonder who owns this company. And it's this Jewish guy like Jimmy Falgenstein or something like that. Fagelstein. It's something like that.
Fake name.
No, I promise. Finkelstein or something.
Kanye made this account.
Yeah. And so he's like this billionaire dude that bought this company with a few other like private investment firm dudes that made a lot of money. One of them who's the part owner of ADT, who partnered with State Farm. And so they talk about State Farm being like a huge player in this because like the Andy Reid stuff and the Jake from State Farm and Taylor Swift, and how on every one of her music videos on YouTube, it's all State Farm ads. So it's like a weird thing. But going back, the dude who created that messenger company, he had 4 or 5 other people that had also been a part of this other company that Ryan Reynolds was like the co-founder of.
Okay.
This is where like the ties kind of start to get connected a little bit. And pretty much allegedly what they're saying is a lot of this stems back to the early ages of like the Me Too movement and these accusations that were made falsely to get certain things in line to kind of populate Taylor Swift's, famousness, and then pairing her in with Travis Kelce. It's a lot of different lines and connections, but somehow State Farm is involved.
Very weird.
Yeah, it's like a weird thing. But the SNL 50 happened, I think, like last Saturday night, maybe.
Okay.
And there's a scene where I think like Tina Fey and Amy Poehler up on stage, and you got all the celebrities and famous people in the crowd. And so they cue over to Ryan Reynolds in the crowd, who's sitting next to Blake Lively. And he stands up, and they're like, "Hey, Ryan, how you doing?" He's like, "Good. Why? What have you heard?" And they pan over to Blake Lively's face, and she's concerned. Like when he says that, like, "Why? What have you heard?" Like her face is not like, "Oh, we're going with the bit." It's like, "Don't say anything." Like someone knows something. So it's just like weird.
Was that a bit?
No, it didn't look like it. From Ryan, it was a bit. It wasn't funny, but it was like kind of, how they sometimes drop like those Easter eggs of like, yeah, I did something. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'm going to make some jokes about it or whatever the accusations are or whatever they're potentially involved in. But Blake Lively looked like she was a deer in the headlights. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so crazy because, I mean, if you are crazy, let's say Ryan Reynolds is crazy, and you're Blake Lively, and you want, like, this was a successful movie, and you don't really like this guy, he's like an alpha or whatever, and you want to be the alpha bitch, you're going to make up this story of what happened, and Ryan Reynolds is doing all the research, finding the clause in the contract where all she's got to do is make up this lie. Oh, we were having a sex scene, and he actually, like, did something. He went too far, or he actually, I don't know what it was, but I don't even know what she accused him of.
Yeah.
That's the problem sometimes.
But the Justin Baldoni guy is on tape saying, I think during the award show, I think the movie won some awards, and him and his family and his wife and friends that he invited were forced to go to the basement. They were told that they were not allowed to be upstairs. Yeah. Yeah, I'll fact check this one, but I heard him saying that.
This is insane.
Which, like, what? How many secrets are actually? Let's see.
This is really weird. Like, I'm just trying to find, like.
But I think, and here's another thing to kind of ask yourself: the whole Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce thing, like.
You think it's manufactured?
I think a part of it is manufactured, 100%.
Well, I mean, if we want to talk about that, you talk about the Luka Doncic trade. Because the NBA's ratings are down. They need something to give people some hype about the NBA. Okay, let's make the craziest trade of all time. That makes no sense to put the best player in the league on the biggest franchise in the league, the Lakers. So to say that Travis and Taylor were kind of brought together for the NFL to make more. All right, let's just be honest. How much money did Taylor Swift bring the NFL?
He said a number.
We talking?
It was like $1 billion, I think, last year.
Why wouldn't you do that?
Okay, so here it is.
Or it's just natural love.
Yeah, psych. So Lively's civil complaint accuses Baldoni of sexual harassment and running a smear campaign against her. Baldoni accused her of defamation and a litany of other issues. Baldoni throughout the timeline placed texts and emails which he believed show Lively attempting to take creative control over the film. He claimed she wrote several scenes, requested her own edit, and insisted he not attend the premiere of the film. And she also scheduled press shoots and other things without him, even though he's the director and co-lead of the film. Yeah. And so I guess on the
trauma.
day of, she instructed him to walk separately away from the cast and just like some weird stuff. So once inside the theater lobby, security escorts Baldoni and his family to the basement to prevent a potential encounter with Lively. So things were that bad where they couldn't even be around each other.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. I mean, yeah,
And I've never liked Ryan Reynolds.
Me neither.
He's been funny in the first Deadpool, but there's always been something about him that I'm like, you don't seem like a good guy.
There's something off about him.
Yeah. And granted, I've never met him.
Yeah.
We're speaking on things we don't know, but you can gather some information sometimes and come to conclusions. But
yeah, like you have a first, knee-jerk reaction when you meet someone or you see someone famous or whatever and what they're doing.
And he's a freaking bazillionaire too.
Really?
Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, you remember they bought that soccer team, him and Rob McElhenney, the Wrexham, and he's invested in a ton of other companies where he's certainly a billionaire.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's made of money.
Well, those Deadpool movies are pretty huge. What's his other biggest movie?
He was in like the Green Lantern. He's been in a lot of different things. But he also was in so many like advertisements. And
Oh yeah, he's always with this high-pitched voice and his fucking beady eyes.
Yeah, little weasel eyes.
Yeah.
So then it's like anytime that someone gets propped up into media and ads, it's like,
You see him all the
I
time.
don't trust you. Yeah, I just don't trust you.
Yeah, there's something to that. Like, what's his name? Travis Kelce, obviously, with the Pfizer vaccines
Yeah.
commercials. Apparently got $20 million for that.
And then he's all in the State Farm stuff.
Yeah, and then you see a commercial with John Legend doing the same thing. He's like playing the piano with his smooth
With his
voice.
Band-Aid.
With 2 Band-Aids.
Yeah.
It's not one. It's double our profits. Let's triple them.
Yeah, I think they're up to the 11th booster now.
Yeah, but Kelce, he always rubbed me the wrong way. For some reason, I always thought he was like, I don't know, trying to be too cool.
Yeah,
Like, is that really him? Yeah, we don't even know.
Yeah. And that's the thing about all these people. It's like, are you actually this way or are you just doing it in front of a camera? And that's kind of how everyone's living now.
Yeah.
Like, you check on social media and you know someone and they're posting stuff that just does not represent who they truly are. And it's like, it's not up to me to, like, call someone out on that. But
It's a facade.
yeah, it's just like everyone's trying to do that in some way.
Social media is, like, honestly going to be, like, dude, the biggest case study ever. Like, 20 years. It's like, what did social media do for us? You know what people should do? Instead of posting their highlights, they should post their lowlights.
Yeah, post
You
those
get in a car
lowlights.
wreck, break your arm.
Some people do now, too.
People actually do that.
It's like a part of those, like, Insta dumps. That you remember how that's a thing now? It's like, yep, I'm going to post 9 pictures.
Guilty as charged.
Yep.
But-
Some's going to be of the weather. Some's going to be of me.
Yeah.
Some cool lights.
Nice landscape, some art.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But people post they're like they're in the hospital with an IV in their arm. They're like
Yeah.
half dying and they're posting it on, which then I think like, well, you're sharing your life and this is how a lot of people connect with other people. So social media isn't all negative.
No, it's not.
Like
But I
grandma.
guess in that scenario, it's like a lot of people would think the thought process of posting me in the hospital, or it's, people would post like a picture of like their hospital wrist bracelet. And then it'd just be like a caption of trying to make it. And it's like you're
Grinding.
creating this cliffhanger. So of course people are going to respond, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" And that's that mega dopamine dump of people, being concerned about you. And so I think
Likes.
people obviously want sympathy sometimes, and it's like the same reason people post like just a black picture and then it's just quotes of, "Man, things are tough right now." It's like, are you sharing that just to share it? Then go shout it outside at the moon. But if you're posting on social media, it's like you're fishing for people to kind of engage in your life.
Oh my gosh, it is so weird. Like the economy of attention.
Yeah.
And it's kind of gross, but at the same time, it's I feel like we all do it in some capacity, so it's hard to be super critical about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird stuff, man. It's weird. And then like, yeah, you feel so bad for the girls who edit their photo so crazy. Like there's this girl I knew who would it was so obvious to really anyone. Like if you just scrolled by you wouldn't notice it, but like she was like making her butt a little bit fatter.
Really?
And you could see like, oh, why is the wall behind you
curving?
curved?
Do I know this person?
Yeah.
You have to tell me off camera.
Tell you off air, under wraps, so we can expose her.
That's huge in the fitness industry too. Have you ever heard of that Goob guy? Goob U2. He's like
No.
he's got a huge Instagram following where he goes through and exposes like people in the fitness or health industry that are kind of scamming, exposing, being inappropriate, pedophilia, and so faking pictures too. So there's tons of fitness professionals, some that are very successful, who have like physiques that put them in the top 1% of people easily, and they still edit their pictures. And it's like a lot of it's kind of more the females, where it's just like these insane waist to hip ratios, and
there's some
like,
mental
girl,
illness there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, like being that perfectionist and
It's like that body dysmorphia.
yeah, man, that's really
that's a tough bitch.
it's a tough cookie.
What if we never had mirrors?
Well,
that would be kind of crazy.
You know what's crazy? Mirrors would be crazy, but you know, like you look at old photos, people.
Yeah.
They'll take photos and they're just like stone cold killers. No one's smiling.
Well, I thought that was usually because a lot of those pictures back in the day took a long time to develop. It's like you're sitting there for like, I think most of the time you're sitting there for a little bit for it to develop. So you probably lose
Sounds
your
like a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Like that one. Yeah, that's like an ominous picture to look at too.
Just like the family with a pitchfork. Just staring a hole through you.
It's that family portrait over the fireplace. Everyone looks pale.
Yeah.
It's like, were y'all happy? It's like, who got the polio first?
Life expectancy. Is the life expectancy going down in America?
Yeah.
Really?
I believe so. I think it was at like 78.5, but we've got the lowest life expectancy of all the developed worlds.
So, man,
it's
when
like
you hear that, that's actually shocking.
Yeah. It's like all the funding for medical research, for education is the highest. We spend the most out of everyone, yet our results are the lowest. Like we've been spending the most on education, and our test scores are the worst they've ever been, and they're the worst of many developed countries. So it's like when people are telling, hey, we need to rework the system, they're like, no, you're taking money away from our kids' learning. I'm like, clearly, this isn't working.
Clearly something's not working.
Yeah, it's not working.
Put down the TikTok. Ban TikTok. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't ban it. Do you think phones, that's like a slippery slope nowadays. I saw this video on Twitter of this kid who got his phone taken in school. This big kid, and like is towering over this white older teacher, male. He's like, give my phone back. He's like, I'm about to tell you, like, give my phone back, and doesn't. Knocks him out. And everyone in the class like, oh, and I just wanted to.
What the fuck is happening?
Yeah. Do you remember those kids back in the day that would like just be ruthless to those subs?
Yeah. Well, I was in all the smart classes, so I didn't deal with
Okay.
No, but yeah, it's just really like when it comes down to it, you can chalk up a lot of it to not having a father figure, which really grateful for our father, because you know you have to be afraid of someone, like because if that kid knows that his dad's gonna whoop his ass because he acted a fool in front of everyone, he's not gonna do that. Whereas like the kid who's been taught discipline and respect and manners. I remember going to a cotillion. You remember that? We'd have to dance, and then we'd have to sit down and have our fork to the left and knife to the right. No elbows on the table.
You'd have to go walk around and introduce yourself to a girl and ask her
My
to
lady.
dance.
Like a dance.
My lady. Or you'd have to go cut in a male, and two people are already dancing. You have to go that girl you had a crush on.
Yeah.
But yeah,
She's
Manor's just like, that's why it's nice being back in Texas and even like living in Tennessee, you know, still a part of the South and still some Southern hospitality.
Mm-hmm.
But just, I went to the QT today,
Yeah.
the gas station, walked in, the clerk who's like 20 yards to my right, who sees me come in, he's just like refilling the section. Hey, good morning.
Hey.
It's like, good morning. But it's like, I've gotten that everywhere I go, where people are just, even if they don't fucking
I
care
love
how
that.
my morning's going, which they probably don't, I don't blame them.
Yeah.
It's like just nice to have nice people around you and politeness and people holding the door open and saying thank you.
I love that about Texas, and there's so much good things about Texas, and
Yeah.
like the stock exchange that they're opening
Yeah,
up.
I saw that.
I don't know too much about it, but you know, all these businesses came to Texas, bro. Like, what's it called? The one gas company came here not too long ago. X came here, Tesla.
Yeah.
All of Elon's companies are here.
And we got Lockheed Martin.
Oh yeah, we got the military-industrial complex up there, up there in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Uh,
You remember they said that I-20 was like holding like a nuclear. I'm pretty sure you told me this like a long time ago. How I-20 underneath it, they're like
oh god,
nuclear waste exposure or something.
that's why I get a headache when I'm on I-20 in traffic.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know about that one. That one's pretty crazy. But you know what it is? I'm appraising a property that's like right next to. There's a military base up there in Fort Worth,
Mm-hmm.
in Westworth Village, White Settlement area, like North Fort Worth, Northwest, and it's literally a whole military base, like 10,000 active duty people with all different like Navy, Marine. All this shit. And then right next to it's Lockheed Martin.
Really?
No fence, just right next to it. It's like they're working together, clearly.
Yeah.
I mean, we obviously know that, but. And there's a big lake right above it. That's where they send off their. And they fly over our office.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Like
loud
jets?
as hell. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I'm
That'd be like the perfect.
let's go.
You're out there waving your flag. And then you go back in your corporate little desk job and wither away.
Hunchback.
Yeah.
I go in the closet.
Yeah. That would be like, that'd be the best way to, imagine if you started every day with a flyover.
Yeah, just out there with your coffee.
Yeah.
Sunrise is coming.
You're like, what's that in the distance? Why is it dark all of a sudden?
Yeah.
You look up and it's just like a B-12 bomber. That would be,
It gets like right next to your face.
yeah. You remember
A
that
big
movie Red Dawn?
I never saw that one.
But I remember the trailer scared
I
the
need
shit
to
out
watch.
of me.
I would love to watch that one. It's about the invasion.
Yeah, I think
Russia?
it's like
Russia invades the homeland.
I don't remember if it is the Russians. I kind of thought it was
Nazis?
the North Koreans.
Oh,
I
it
could have sworn
that.
it was like a Korean. I
North-
can't remember. Maybe it was the Chinese. Who knows? But it's like the opening when all this stuff is happening. I think they're at like a football game, and it's like all of a sudden these planes start flying over. Which, like, I mean, you're not going to fly Korean planes into United Airspace in Kansas without being noticed.
Yeah.
You'd hope at least. And then they start
No.
like dropping like this red fog, and it's just like people like, rah.
Dude, I'd love to be like an extra in one of those movies.
Yeah.
And you just like,
And you get sniped in the head.
yeah. The stadium explodes, a big rock hits you in the head.
Yeah.
Another cool stadium scene was The Dark Knight
Yeah.
when Bane. Oh fuck,
That's
would
like
be so
one of the
good.
most iconic. They made that look so real too.
Yeah.
It's like he's running
No,
the kickoff
yeah.
back, and he's just like, "Holy shit!
it
Did this
stands
actually
up.
happen?"
Turns around.
Yeah, no one's there.
That
Those people are
scene.
falling into the pits.
That scene in the airplane, the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Bane's just standing over Batman with the mask on.
Yeah. It's like they expect one of us in the crash.
That's pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do like Bane for Halloween. I want to
I
go
was gonna
out.
say
Like
that,
I
man.
need to do a good Halloween. I feel like that's kind of
Let's
been
do
like a
that this
lost
year.
art. Like have like throw a good party. Costume is required. Like
Yes.
make the effort. Like let's have a good time.
I'm down. That'd be fun.
I got a lot of time before we get there, but
Who could I be?
Your Adam Levine was good.
Travis Barker.
Oh, Travis Barker. Yeah.
Thank you, though.
That was good. Yeah, you definitely played that really well.
We won best costume at
Really?
the Halloween party. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good look. We'll have to. You can throw up a side clip picture of that one.
Yeah, I'll throw it up right here.
Um,
Just tat it up.
yeah, that's a good one.
Could be. I've always been Mario. Mario's like. Me and Mario are like this. I love Mario. Just a
That's a
mushroom
weird
eating.
one. You don't want to be Mario
plumber.
this year. Oh, I
Why?
guess that's Luigi.
Oh.
The killer.
Oh God. Well, after speaking of Luigi, after that happened, all these people are getting Luigi Mangione tattoos.
That's so weird.
People are crazy. But yeah, it can't be Luigi. I feel
Could be
like
like a good Steph Curry.
I've been Steph Curry before.
Really?
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's my goat.
Yeah, I don't
Shout
know
out
what else
Steph.
you could do.
It'd be Ronald McDonald. I don't know why that's coming to my
You'd be
mind.
Jared from Subway.
Okay, buddy. Wear a fat suit for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what you could do. Just picking a white guy with tattoos.
Okay, I'll be MGK. And I'll come with Megan Fox. Yeah. And I'll
Mushroom.
drink her blood.
Yeah. A bring girl like Megan Fox. That's what we need.
I'll just pick one.
So I could do Bane. What else could I do?
Let me see. Could be I feel like you could be Wolverine.
Yeah, I'd have to get pretty shredded for that.
Well,
A nice wife beater, some jeans.
yeah. I was thinking more well, yeah, you probably want to do that.
What was
Especially
the other
there's
one you were thinking
females.
of?
I was thinking like the red the yellow and blue full fit.
All right, I'm not going to Comic-Con. I'm trying to get laid.
All right, now we got the premise here. You could be a Terminator.
Yeah, Terminator. Dude, those movies are good too.
Dude, yeah, I watched a clip on Instagram about that movie and The Matrix being like a
You could be Neo. That's what you could do.
dude. Yeah, you could be Morpheus.
Let's go walk around the mall.
Dude, that account. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I sent you. Oh, Cody's pulling up.
Cody's pulling up. All right, let's take a break.
Yeah, we'll pause it real quick.